I was diagnosed with stage 1 cervical cancer. I was very treatable. I didn't even tell anyone about this. I treated, I went along my way, and I put it behind me. And then 2 years later, they found out that my cancer had metastasized to my lungs. And it was shocking.
My dad was diagnosed with glioblastoma. We spent 52 days in the hospital and in the rehab center trying to get my dad stable. We've had so many different complications, from brain bleed to brain shift to partial body paralysis. You name it, we faced it.
I was diagnosed with prostate cancer.
And I was his caregiver and his advocate.
The cancer part was a little scary and difficult, but the most difficult part for me was transitioning to being a caregiver.
I had breast cancer. It was my right breast where the cancer was, but suspicious things were in my left breast too. I think it was easier for me to be a caregiver than for Kevin.
2023, I find out that I have cancer. And at first I couldn't believe it. I asked them, it's possible that it's a mistake. And they say, no, it's not. You have to tell your family. So I say, I can't.
My journey through cancer is a bit different. I kind of gave up on myself and allowed what should have been a routine dermatologist appointment turn into 4 months of chemo and 5 weeks of radiation.
It's overwhelming to figure out what to do. What's your treatment plan? There's no second options if you do the wrong thing. And so I got treated and had chemotherapy, and because I had to get standard treatment. And then we went on to a clinical trial drug.
My dad never surrendered to the thought that he had this terminal cancer that was going to eventually take him. He fought, and he fought as if he would win. He thought that he would, maybe beat it.
I somewhat knew I had cancer and didn't care. And when you give up on yourself and you stop caring about yourself, you can go down some deep holes. And I went down one of those holes.
So I don't have clue what to do next. I called many numbers, and they told me that one, I don't have insurance, and second, I need support in Spanish. They told me that I have to keep looking in other places. Called the church, I called many places. And after a week or two, Jessica called me, and she said, we're Cross for Hope. I'm a Spanish speaker. Many people need help in Spanish. It's good to have someone to speak Spanish. That's how I met Cross for Hope.
Crossroads for Hope had been recommended to me by a neighbor in my neighborhood. And so I started coming to the meetings and taking advantage of all the services. There's nutritional counseling, there's educational counseling, there's support group, there's areas for, pet therapy or Reiki to kind of help with all the anxiety. And so all of these services were just so amazing, and it was so instrumental, and I was just so thankful to have them.
It wasn't until I found Crossroads for Hope that I now had this community, right? I wasn't just this isolated person that has this issue in my family.
We've been with Crossroads for Hope for 2 years now. And Caregiver Support Group gives you the opportunity to interface with other caregivers that are having similar challenges with the people that they're caring for. And you get a chance to kind of talk about various things, and you get a different perspective. That was very, very helpful.
It took me 2 months to finally call Crossroads. I wish I had done it sooner. That fear, the anxiety, the not knowing what is about to happen, whether you're going to live or die. And everybody in the group within Crossroads have one way or another experienced or are involved in talking to people that way.
When I met Cross for Hope, I couldn't talk about cancer. It was hard for me, and I always cry. I have 2 kids, so I say, I can't. I wasn't prepared to tell them because I know they're gonna feel fear about his mom being sick. After many meetings that I have, everybody was telling me you have to tell them. I say yeah, but at first I had to be strong. I'm crying now, but I didn't cry that day. I was strong to tell them. And I didn't cry, I just say, I have cancer, but I'm gonna be okay. I know that I'm gonna be okay.
I didn't think I would see my youngest graduate elementary school at 4th grade. I didn't even think he'd remember me. And he just graduated high school this month. And I'm thankful every day and so blessed.
When it comes to cancer and holding all this in, you're trying to protect your family. You're trying to protect your loved ones. You're thinking about work. You're thinking about providing. You're thinking about how do I not let anyone know what I'm really going through. The men's support room, the door closes and those walls kind of break down. We do get emotional, and men do cry in front of other men.
There is something to be said for, being able to find a community that is kind of living and breathing the same situation and life experience that you are.
Some days you're gonna be crying, some days you're gonna be happy, some days you're gonna think that life is the same. So you need that. So I would like to help other people telling them that cancer is not the end. Not the end.
I always tell, anyone that has cancer, you never know what's right around the corner. The goal is just hold on to the next big breakthrough. There's so many things that are changing in this area, and there's so much hope. And I've just been very blessed that I've gotten the treatment that I needed and been able to respond to just in time.
I've had the opportunity to go and speak as a health champion to, a few different organizations to get the word out and shared my dad's story. I know he's watching over me, and I know that, he's proud of what I'm trying to do. It's tough when you're thrown into something that you never expected. But if it changes the direction of where you're supposed to go, then there's a reason for that. And I think that, my reason is to now go and be there for others and help other people navigate, this unexpected and sometimes tragic life experience.
I always feel it's important to be in service, and the thing about the health champions, I'm very excited to have been chosen.
When we sit down and talk to somebody about what it feels like to go through cancer as a health champion, it is a challenge, but it is a welcome challenge.
For me, it's just an extension of me to champion a cause.
My involvement with Crossroads is all about giving back. They've done so much for me that there's nothing I can't do back. You gave me a voice when I was alone talking to my walls. And I can't put a price on that.